Welcome to New Unrealist. In the history of the, just American city government, there are few incidents that I've ever heard of that rise to the level of betrayal and dereliction of duty as this story I'm about to talk about right now. The union that represents the United States Immigration and Customs Enforcement officers, called the National ICE Council, they say that at least 2 times in recent weeks, 2 employees of ICE called the Portland Police 911 emergency line while being harassed by members of a radical mob calling itself Occupy ICE PDX that was besieging their building. You may have seen, that in the news in the past couple of weeks, that they were protesting. They set up a camp. The police never came to answer the calls because the mayor of Portland, Ted Wheeler, ordered them not to. The National ICE Council sent Mayor Wheeler a cease and desist letter with a demand. The union demands that Mayor Wheeler require the Portland Police Department assist federal agents if called. The union claims, and quite rightly in my opinion, that the mayor's order to the police not to help federal agents is a violation of the United States Constitution. Specifically, the 14th Amendment, which states in Section 1 that no state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws. Employees of a federal agency are entitled to the same protection of the Portland Police Department as everyone else inside their jurisdiction. The union's letter says, and I quote, "Your current policy forbidding Portland law enforcement agencies from assisting employees of the Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency who request law enforcement assistance while at or away from work is a violation of the United States Constitution's Equal Protection Clause." The Occupy ICE PDX people, they managed to force the shutdown of the Portland ICE building from June 20th till about July 3rd. And the encampment that they erected at the site was finally shut down by Portland police on July 25th after Mayor Wheeler finally acted and declared the Occupy ICE PDX encampment a biohazard. One has to appreciate the irony of a protest group calling for the elimination of borders and the end of immigration enforcement constructed its own border wall and excluded non-members and people not invited inside their camp perimeter.
This girl's just pissed.
I won't say you because I talked about the I don't know if you've been at the protest previously. But just, you just throw shit on me and talk shit. Fucking, you want respect from me now?
I asked earlier.
Thank you. Love you. I love you. Love you. Thank you so much.
Do you know why I'm doing this? Because I'm showing that we can talk. Listen, I'm showing that we can talk. Listen, this is so all the people at home. This is so that all the people at home can see that we don't have to fight. We can talk. This is why I'm doing this.
Note that the city of Portland's taxpayers had to foot the bill for the cleanup of the toxic site, not the criminals who created the disgusting mess. A large collection of garbage, human waste, piss and shit, boys and girls. I mean, just imagine. All in the pursuit of abolishing immigration and customs enforcement and eliminating the borders of the United States. But don't take my word about the mess, the garbage, and the stink of the Occupy ICE PDX wall compound. Joey Gibson of Patriot Prayer and U.S. Senate candidate, he documented the place before it was cleared out by the Portland police.
For the most part, it's abandoned. It looks like they're going somewhere else. It smells bad. It's disgusting. There's Portland right here. There's Portland. Portland protest community at its finest. And it smells. It smells so bad. Yeah, they're packing up and they're going somewhere else, which was a smart move on their part. Ted Wheeler gave them the heads up, the warning. They're pissed, man. They're pissed that we're here. Showed up unannounced. They weren't happy. Now they're building walls. They're building walls right now to keep us out of their city. These people who want to abolish ICE are building walls to keep us out of their little abandoned city. It's so funny. I can't say it enough times. Let's see what we got here. What's up? Say what's up.
What up? What's up? ICE PDX.
So, looks like for the most part, we'll stick around. Watch what happens. But I'm actually pretty impressed that they left. But they're leaving a huge mess. They just trashed this whole area. And this was at the acceptance of Ted Wheeler. Ted Wheeler said that this was okay. Made a huge mess, and now look at it. Now it's a huge mess for the city to clean up.
So you're lacking integrity by coming here.
No, I'm not.
When we literally had 3 weeks worth of donations come in, and we've been 10 of us have been clearing out this whole fucking place. So to come here,
why would it only be 10? Why is it not 100? Why isn't everybody cleaning this out? Yeah, that's messed up.
Integrity.
Yeah.
But
don't say I lack integrity.
Because you're sitting here trying to point out how messy it is. Have you ever moved from a place before?
Yeah.
And you know how messy it gets when you move from one place to another.
Not like this.
Dude.
All the people leaving their shit behind.
People we had living here?
Yeah, and they didn't even help.
So what's your point?
My point is they don't even care. Ted Wheeler. Yes, Ted Wheeler said that this is okay, and now they leave all this behind. Who's going to clean it up?
Coming in the morning with the PPD.
Yeah. So who's going to clean it up?
Their contractors are going to clean up most of it because they don't have time to get out of here.
Exactly. Well, I don't know, man. I would have never done this.
You got to understand that how this looks.
What?
For the people that are here, and how much of a threat it will be.
For us?
Everybody brawls in the street.
No, I get that.
And people on both sides look for a fight. And
right.
Coming 10 deep when there's like 15 of us.
We didn't know that.
The ICE union informs Mayor Wheeler that if he does not end the policy of not responding to calls for police service from ICE employees immediately, the union will sue him to protect their members and their families. The mayor of Portland ought to be impeached for this betrayal of his duty. For political reasons, his disagreement with the policies of the federal government, he interfered with the due and proper operation of the Portland Police Department and potentially endangered the lives, safety, and welfare of at least 2 employees of the Department of Homeland Security. American citizens and lawful residents of the city of Portland denied emergency services. Imagine calling 911 in an emergency and being denied service because the mayor has a political difference of opinion with another politician. The chief of police on whose watch this unconstitutional order was obeyed should also be asked to resign, and if he refuses, all steps taken to remove them from their post for obeying this unconstitutional order. Worse off, this betrayal by the police brass, does anyone doubt that if a Portland police officer were down, injured, hurt, dying, or feared for their safety, and the nearest law enforcement officers who could possibly respond happened to be ICE agents, does anyone doubt that they would not rush to the aid of the Portland police if they put out a call for help? This is unbelievable. The mayor and the chief of police, they owe each and every member of the Portland ICE office an apology and an immediate end to this reckless policy of not answering emergency calls for help from these men and women who do not make policy, they just enforce it. They're citizens just like everyone else in the city of Portland and entitled to protection against the criminal vagabonds of Occupy ICE PDX who took over the entire neighborhood, started arguing with the people that lived there, defiled and poisoned the area with their hazardous waste, forced the closing and putting up for sale of a non-profit business whose funds go towards feeding the homeless and the harassment of the business owner's daughter. I mean, for a month, this nonsense went on with the blessing and complicity of the city's mayor, Ted Wheeler. Mayor Ted Wheeler of Portland, he's unfit for office. That's all for this Neo Realist. Like the video, comment, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and right-click it to set it to the always option to keep up with these posts. The default that's set to sometimes it doesn't really do much. Thanks for watching.
Whatever happened to raising up a real boy to sit like this? Because all I see right now is boys sitting like this. Like this. Whatever happened to raising real boys to dress up like real men? I see boys walking around with their underwears hanging out. Why? It all starts from the family. Role models in the family are weak. And it's time for you to rise up and do your job as a father.